Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, I will give you some tips and tricks for the preparation of IELTS speaking section. So let's begin. IELTS speaking test is 11 to 15 minutes long and it has 3 parts. Before getting into the questions that are asked in each part, I will give you some general tips that I think will help you in the speaking section. Tip number 1. As you know that in IELTS, a person will be taking your interview, so you should be confident. You should be in best of your form, you should wear formal clothing and you should look good. I mean that in a way that if you are looking good, you will be more confident and this confidence will reflect when you are speaking. Secondly, some of us find it very hard to talk to people, to talk to strange people in English. So I will suggest you that you should join some English online club and you should talk to strangers in English. This will boost your confidence a lot and this will help you when you're talking to your examiner. And the third point I will share is that I myself find it hard to ask questions to teachers. Like I get shy specifically while I'm talking to teachers. So I will suggest you that overcome your hesitation, overcome your fear, and if you are already in a school or if you are already going to college, then you should start participating in your class and always talk in English in your class. Last but not least, usually the examiners are very kind and polite and they are not there to judge you and they are also not there to give you score too. Your whole conversation with your examiner will be recorded and your score will be decided on the recording afterwards. So just give it your best shot. My tip number 2. Do not fake your accent. We are not native English speakers. We do not have British accent and we do not have American accent. So there is no need to fake it. Just be confident about yourself, about your accent and how you speak. You will not get a higher band if you have a British accent or American accent. And do not fake your accent, that's not attractive and sometimes it's even repulsive. So just don't do it. My third tip is that use good vocabulary. I know that some of us do not have a very extensive vocabulary. But like in the first part of IELTS speaking section, you have to introduce yourself and you have to talk about yourself. You have a lot of time to prepare for that section. So I would suggest that you should at least use good vocabulary there. But in other parts, just try to be fluent and do not use very fancy vocabulary if you can't. Specifically here, I am talking about speaking section. You do not need very extensive vocabulary in speaking section. My fourth tip is that your pronunciation should be correct.
Is it pronunciation or pronunciation? How do I pronounce that?
Pronunciation is very important in IELTS. So when you are speaking, be sure that the words you are pronouncing them correct. If you are not sure of the pronunciation of the word, then do not use it. Use some alternate word. My fifth tip is that while preparing, record your answers. This will help you in 2 ways. Firstly, when you record your answers, you will get to know the time for which you are speaking. And secondly, you will know what kind of tense mistakes you make while you are speaking. So it will give you a very good idea about that. Also, it will give you an idea of the ups and downs of your voice. Where your voice should be forceful, where your voice should be up and where your voice should be down, etc. Now, if you have difficulty in this English speaking and you want to work on your fluency and you want to work to improve your English, then Nasir has done a very good video on that. I will put the link of that video in the description down below, so do check it out. Now, I will talk separately about each part in IELTS speaking section. The first part is the introduction part. In this part, the examiner will ask you the questions about yourself. He will ask you to introduce yourself, then he will ask some personal questions like where you live, why you are giving IELTS, what are you studying, etc. So you have a lot of time to prepare for this section. So I will suggest that prepare it very well. Practice it with your friends, with your family, with your own self, record it, play it and find if you are making any mistake in this section. This is the first part of the speaking section, so give it your best shot. And also, as you have a lot of time to prepare for that, use good vocabulary here. In part 2, the examiner will hand over to you some card. In that card, there will be some topic and you have to speak about that topic for like 2 minutes. And this is a very long time. So you will have 1 minute to prepare for that answer and then 2 minutes to speak. So I would suggest that make good use of that 1 minute. Write down some points and when you are speaking, explain those points. In this part, sometimes they ask about the personal experience. So try to recall some personal experience from your memory. And if you can't, then make up something. I know this is hard, but if you practice a lot, then you will get used to it. Now, while preparing for this section, I would suggest that keep a stopwatch in your hand, because I found that if you like the topic, you can speak on it for 5 minutes and you will think that it's just 1 minute. And if you don't know what the topic is about, then even 30 seconds would seem like it has been ages I am speaking about this topic. So keep a stopwatch in your hand and record your answers also. Listen to that recording afterward and find the tense mistakes here. It will give you a very good idea. In the part 3 of IELTS speaking, the examiner will discuss some topics with you. At first, he will discuss the topic that you were speaking about in part 2. So he will start from there. And the tricky part here is that you should be very responsive. Your response should be quick and you should answer briefly. Your answer shouldn't be yes or no. In IELTS, it's very, very important. Your answer shouldn't be yes or no, or your answer shouldn't be a one-liner. It should be at least 2 to 3 lines long. Lastly, I will share how I prepared for IELTS. I used to print out the speaking section questions and I would hand them over to my friends and ask them to practice it with me. So they helped me out a lot here, because they knew that I am very reluctant and I am not very confident in the speaking section. So they helped me a lot here, and I would like to thank Amna Arshad, Amna Zahid and Noor Fatima here, because they helped me a lot. So good luck to you, and practice with your friends, practice with yourself, but if you have any friends, so just practice with them. I wish you best of luck. So see you in the next video. Bye bye. So if you like our channel, please subscribe to our channel here and watch some more videos here and learn with Nasir and Fatma.